create this pattern, you'll need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, a hair tie. This is a simple non-metal hair tie. Our yarn, I'm using a number 4 weight yarn, and we'll need a 3.5 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook. I will have linked where you can purchase these in the video description box below. To begin this pattern, we're going to start off and cast on a total of 8 loops. So you come into the hair tie, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through your first loop only. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 8 loops on our hook. Now roll yarn over and pull through your first loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops at a time. All the way until the end. Now from here we simply chain 1. Now we're going to yarn over and work underneath these 2 first loops. So there's once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now from here, yarn over again, and we're going to repeat that into these next 2 loops. So yarn over and pull up a loop 6 times. And then we're going to again repeat that, yarn over and pull up a loop 6 times underneath these next 2 loops. And then we're going to simply go into this last loop right here at the end and pull up just one loop. Do not yarn over. Then from here, just yarn over and pull through that very first loop. Then yarn over and pull through that first loop from there, and then we want to go through 6 loops out of the cluster. So this cluster actually has a total of 12 loops. We want to pull through 6 of them, and then it'll be right in the center. Then yarn over and go through that one loop. Yarn over and pull through the remaining 6 loops. So it just took that cluster and split it in half in either direction. Yarn over, pull through, so we're creating a chain. Yarn over, pull through the one loop, and pull through 6 loops of our next little cluster. Now we're halfway in between here. Yarn over and make a chain. Yarn over, pull through the first loop, and then the remaining 6 loops of that cluster. Yarn over, pull through one loop to create a chain. Yarn over, pull through that first loop of that chain, and then pull through 6 loops of our cluster. Yarn over, create a chain. Yarn over, pull through that one loop, and then pull through the remaining loops of that cluster and your very end loop. Yarn over, pull through that one loop. And there we are for our first round of the actual pattern for it. From here, create a chain. Now we're going to be working right into this middle where that chain 1 is, in between those clusters. Going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and we want to yarn over and pull up a loop 6 times. And then skip over to this next little cluster here, and we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop 6 times into here. And then we're going to work right into where that chain 1 is, in between this cluster. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop 6 times into there. And then we look right here, this was our very last stitch from the last row. Insert our hook into there and pull up a loop. So we've got our, since we did yarn over and pull up a loop 6 times, so there's 12 loops here, 12 loops here, 12 here, and then 1 loop at either end. Yarn over and pull through that 1 at the end. Yarn over, pull through 6 loops, do a chain, so yarn over and pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the remaining 6 loops of that cluster, yarn over and pull through a loop, so creating a chain, yarn over and pull through that one loop, and then 6 loops of our next cluster, yarn over, pull through one loop, so we've created a chain, yarn over and pull through the remaining 6 loops of that cluster, yarn over and pull through, so we created a little chain, yarn over, pull through that first loop, and then we're also going to pull through the first 6 loops of that last cluster, yarn over, pull through to create a chain, yarn over and pull through the remaining loops. From here, chain 1 or yarn over and pull through. So as we can see, it's starting to take form. And this row, we're just going to continue repeating this over and over until we get the length of the headband that we want. So chain 1, yarn over, go into that chain 1 space, pull up the loop 6 times. And there, we're just going to continue repeating this over and over. And from here, in order to finish up the very end of our headband, we're going to just chain 1, yarn over, go right into the space between, pull up a loop, come to this next little opening, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, come to this last 3rd space, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, go in and pull up a loop, and then just put our hook into that very end stitch and pull up a loop. So from here we have 2, 4, 6, 8 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through your first loop, yarn over, pull through your next 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over 2 loops, and repeat this all the way until the end. And there we are. Now make sure our headband is not twisted. and we're gonna weave it onto the band. So come in, pull a loop around the band, and just chain right through. Come into our next loop, and pull just a simple chain right through. And we're just going to go all the way across our yarn over stitch and the front stitch. And then this one is that very last loop. And from here we can go ahead and tie off, weave in your end, and there we are. We have our lovely Tunisian crochet headband. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave it a little thumbs up, let me know in the comment section what you think about this video. And if you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button with that bell notification next to it so you can get a heads up every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.